Good afternoon. Welcome to Satsang. If there is anything you like, I tell again. Please ask me. I just see that if there was a search, if there is a search, you cannot do much to solve that search, because what it proposes is what you already are. But what can be useful is to know what it is not. What it is not. So it's a kind of demystifying the so-called reality of the mind. Hearing better and better that I have a mind. I is included in the mind. So, if you have any question, please ask. Yes.
Yeah. So there seems to be no end to this program. It seems like something has to be achieved.
No, but it's not true. It's not true. The mind cannot conceive something else than an achievement which is in time, because it means it's not here, it will be, or I have achieved, but it was not there before. So it will also have an end. It shows the impossibility of the mind to catch that you are already what you search, because he knows only movements. The mind are movements. So he will always conceive or prior or beyond, and so on. So you have to discard this question or this remark, because there is nothing true in it. And also that conceives some references. I have to achieve because no, it means it's not achieved because, and you have a few arguments. It doesn't look like what I think, or this or that, whatever arguments you have.
Something says that, okay, I will see that this is true once I have achieved.
No, you first have to achieve means
Yeah.
knowing that there is no achievement, and then you will see. No, not like that.
This morning really touched me when you said again, this silence is not what you are. The silence is not what you are.
No, it is not. I like to tell it again if you like, because it gives a lot of trouble for a seeker, because finally he seeked and then he found silence. Something real, finally. But for some reason, and he has very good arguments to tell it, it's not always there, at least it looks like not. And then he says, of course, because I'm not yet so serious, I've still to fix here and there something, or, whatever. But there is always some excuses just to see that it's not it. It's not it. That's why it is subject to time. So, of course, it exists, state of silence, of course. But there are states. And you see, it gives a lot of trouble for someone if he takes the silence for true. Because even though it was a blessing to know that experience, finally, silence, you see, no mind, that's a blessing, that's a gift. But it's a poisonous gift, because as it looks real, as it looks fitting all what we read in books about the subject, and as it is not real, it always goes away, or is always covered by something, and then the search is not really gone. There is still a seeker. So you didn't go so far in your search, somehow, because the I has not been touched as I am. I'm a person. I'm born. So the essential is, who cares about states? You have to care now about the subject, this famous I. What is it? Is there any I if exactly I don't touch any state, anything I can experience? Is there I? So you are left where you always have been, and that itself can provoke appearances and its opposite. But fundamentally, you are that. And in the eyes of that, it's an image. Silence is one of those enjoyment. It's a gift, it's a beautiful state, but it is not more than that. Do you see that? Can you take it?
At the moment, not completely.
Yeah.
I think.
Why? What is the resistance? Because you like it.
I understand it,
Mm.
but I find that that somehow there's like a focus or a sort of kind of addiction, it seems almost,
Yeah.
out of my control.
A preference.
Yeah.
Oh, it is under your control, sure.
Okay, that's good
Sure.
to hear.
Sure.
Feels like it's not.
It's because you prefer that. You see, and you believe it must be something real in it. Cannot be what radically I say.
Yes.
So that keeps it, of course.
Maybe because it's peaceful.
Of course, I know. Human beings run after peace or happiness. So, of course, once it is tasted,
I'm not consciously seeking it, this silence, like I was before. But I find that the mind seems to do it. I mean...
No, it comes naturally to you. As it comes naturally to be busy and whatnot, naturally also you have space for silence because you loved it in the past and there is something there. It gives you at least a more peaceful life too. You know, it has a beautiful effect also. But it's part of the life.
And a trap or not helpful in this search. Or
You know, you cannot say that too, because it's like you would say a kind of glimpse of something else than what you know generally. So it's a blessing in the sense that because of those space of quietness, maybe you hear better, you can hear that even that is not it. Because if you don't know even silence, what does it mean to hear it's not even silence? It is too abstract or intellectual. But if you know silence, it's quite even shocking.
This morning when you said that, then at that moment the silence came and immediately there was this, I'm not the silence.
Yeah.
And then it was very clear to me somehow. You know,
nice.
It was very wow, like this, you know.
Nice. But what?
Then it disappeared again.
No. Nothing disappeared. The mind comes back, but you are what you are. No, you cannot disappear. The silence disappears. Or it appears, but you saw, I'm not even that. So you must be somewhere else to say that, or something else. So everything else that reappears is the mind. It has nothing to do with your real nature. If it is clear to you, nothing can be clearer. Yes. Yeah. Hi.
It seems to become more and more elusive subject, so it's not the silence. It's basically not any state.
It's basically...
Not a state.
Yeah. You speak about what?
The I am, or...
Okay.
My question is, how does one check? I might say, I don't see it, I haven't realized it. Or someone else might say, I have seen it, I'm quite certain about it right now. The other day I was having a sort of playful discussion with a friend of mine about this. I come from a background of Tibetan Buddhism, and there you have a lot of checking with the master.
I know that. Yeah.
That's why I'm asking, how does one check?
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to check for yourself, because Friday evening was also a man here who said, well, I thought I'd really seen it.
Yeah.
And my mind sort of played a trick on me.
Sure, no. Sure.
So that's...
It's not too stupid to come to the one who knows to see if it is what he means. Sure. So tell me where you are, then I would see.
I don't know anymore. I was having some moments of silence, and it's not silence.
So what's left?
I heard that before, of course, in the
Yeah.
teachings I've had, but I was talking to you about this Friday evening also. This is like the man here. I prefer the silence, or there's more preference for silence.
Okay, but when it goes, will
When
you
it
do
goes-
everything to keep it still?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I just...
It's not very wise, huh?
I know,
Okay.
but I just
Okay.
have to be honest about the
No, no.
automatic preference
Sure,
program.
sure,
is
sure.
right.
But you have to agree that when you want to keep it, there is some agitation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So then there's agitation.
So there is
Then I try to
agitation.
see, okay, what's the where of agitation? Who am I if there's agitation?
No, it's not who you are. It's how you become. You become agitated suddenly. As you became quiet, you are becoming agitated. It's not what you are.
No, but I mean asking the sort of the question from the investigation.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah,
Who am I? When there's this state of
Yeah.
agitation.
yeah.
That's an inquiry.
Yeah. Okay, but then it's always, then you are always a checker, an observer. And that is the trouble, you see. Because then the emphasis is more on a state. Even if you demystify it, you say, okay, I'm not it, but you look, because you cannot, because there is still somebody who, for existing, he needs to catch something. So he catches the states, even though he knows, okay, they are not real, it's not me, but still you catch it. To remain a checker. And that is the problem. You don't need to be anything to really be able to make what is obvious by itself, by nature. You have not to feed a rising thought by something.
Sorry, could you repeat it? Have to feed a rising thought?
A rising thought like I am, or I see, and then immediately there is an object of that, you see. So I now is the focus, is the important thing. I am something, or even I am alone. The I is fed. And your real nature, let's say like that, contains all the eyes possible, but at the same time it's empty totally. It's full and empty, that's why it's not even emptiness. Huh? So, and that will, you see checking, that will reveal itself by itself. When somebody doesn't want to interfere anymore. Because it's an interference to observe always. In the background of it, there is a kind of fear. I don't want to be lost again, you see. It was very good, it helped you very much to be here. But now, what about this? How should I get rid of the observer? So, just remain where you are left when you don't catch anything. Because things will appear. But you see, as you look at the sky, I'm not here, it's always the same color, but in Portugal you see blue sky and some clouds. You see them passing by, you don't see anything here. Or it's the contrary, we see some blue passing by. you can let it pass by. They are there, they appear. But you don't fix them, except if you are interested. Then you fix a cloud. Oh, it looks like a monster or something. Or like my grandmother. Then you are in it. But if you let it pass, you are not in it. It just passes. Nothing happened. So, where are we? Don't be impressed being an observer. It is a trouble, it's really too much. It's the same I who was not an observer before, now he became an observer. He's more refined, cultured, whatever, spiritual, but he's still I. I'm somebody. So, now that you know this, what will you do when you have the experience of being a checker? You see it, isn't it? You can see it.
Yeah.
You speak about it.
Yeah.
So from where do you speak about that? From where? Don't search. You are that. From where you can see it. Abide in yourself. And of course, in the world of appearance, again things will happen and all, but know that it doesn't matter how it appears, but you know now, this is the movie, this is the creation of from where I am. Hmm? Okay. But I would like to say again, try to see the danger to even say I am. Okay, before I was this, that, no, I am. It's a deep experience.
I don't say I am, I ask the question,
Okay.
who am I?
Okay.
Which causes less identification.
Yeah.
It's more
Okay. If there is anything coming, you tell.
no?
At any time now, yeah. Yeah.
You can ask me.
No.
Thank you. I will ask you because it is connected to this
Yeah.
question. Until when somebody asked you about, somebody quoted people who had realized, that said that after they had realized, the challenges became very extreme.
Mm.
And you said, and I quoted that it means that they are not there. That
They
was
are-
a reply.
That was, what was
Your
it?
reply,
Yeah.
that they are not there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I just want to say that since I came back from India,
Yeah.
the appearances have been very radical.
Yeah.
What to do about that?
Yeah. Nothing. Nothing. You see, and I always say it's true that the mind is reacting maybe more, will present things more challenging. You mean that, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Because the controller has left, the owner of the mind has left, and he is in panic, he is in fury, he is in rebellion, whatever we say. Whatever was suppressed or not seen comes up to leave you. But for that, don't do anything with it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question. The moment you are born, there's so much. If you are that, yes.
There is so much if you
No.
want it.
So the moment you are born, yes, then you are that. You are that already, yes. But then comes so much that you are not.
That birth makes it.
No, but also the surrounding makes it, yes? So
First the birth, to believe
First
that
the
you are born.
okay,
To believe that you are born makes a person
yes,
and its environment.
yeah. So, if you are a parent or a grandparent, yes, and you know that the one who's born is dead, and then comes a lot of what they are not. You understand?
Yes, yes, I do.
Yes, okay. So there's a lot they are not, yes? And then they start to forget what they are, and then
Let them forget,
let them forget.
let them
Okay,
forget,
thank
let
you.
them make a real personality,
Okay,
and then let them have their own way.
okay, thank you.
Now I add that you can always give an information that satsang exists. That's all. You cannot do more than that.
So there is a necessity to forget.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, you get free only when you were bound. When you get free because because you were bound. Bound.
That is a big relief. Yes.
Yeah, otherwise you become a missionary. Oh my God. Yet I really say, because I did myself, I think it's good to inform. It's good to tell your passion, but that's it, you know. That's it. Because some children have been taken away from the search, and then it creates a taboo and a rejection, which is also not good. So it's a delicate thing, but let's keep it simple. Yeah.
So I feel it's difficult to say in words. I feel your presence, and it kind of jumps over to me. So I feel it in myself as well.
Mm.
And then there's something that still gives a comment. Oh,
Yeah.
this is it.
Mm.
And this is that the ego, or is it the watcher, or what?
No, you speak to yourself.
Yeah.
It fits what I want. This is it. So you can be quiet now.
I like to be social.
No, welcome, but I mean... You can be social without searching, isn't it? Yeah. So choose the one who will get this. You can choose to whom you want to give this, since you are social. Yeah. Somebody saves you.
I'm so confused now.
Oh. You should not have come this afternoon. You were not confused in the morning.
Because I always thought the ultimate is silence, and then next to it is love, and those two together
I know.
are the
That's what you
golden-
thought.
The golden way to heaven, you know, almost.
Ah, dear.
Yes. So
It was heaven, but also it doesn't last.
yeah,
So the path to heaven also doesn't last. But it can still be there sometimes, and sometimes not. Just know that there is no heaven.
yeah. But I'm lost now.
Where? In hell? That is the problem. If you believe in heaven, there is no way out. If you don't have heaven anymore, you go to hell.
I'm
Be freed from that.
Yeah. I thought at my age and after all the things I have experienced and the fact that I'm here and I'm really open.
Sure.
Everything, I'm doing quite well. And then you come with this bombshell. That silence is not the answer. Shit.
You are not obliged to take what I say.
Pardon?
If you are happy with silence, you are not obliged to take what I say.
No, but I'm deeply interested.
This is the,
yeah.
yeah, you are interested because you know very well that it doesn't stay.
I know that.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from heavenly kingdom, you can go to wisdom.
When I imagine someone who is, you are very wise. Okay, my traditional image of a wise person is someone who's very silent. But you,
My dear, I speak and I don't speak. That is silence. I don't speak and I don't speak. That is silence. From where the word comes is silence, but you cannot even say so because it gives a concept. And who you are is really, it cannot be caught because I cannot go there. Okay? But we can mention it is silence beyond silence and noise. Sure. Yeah.
But then, I play the violin, and when the sound is really good, when I really touch my instrument,
Yeah.
then I call that silence. Even though there is sound, there is.
You call, okay, which kind of silence? Because there is no noise or because there is a perfect sound? You said it, but is it that you mean?
I think that's what I mean. That
Perfect sound,
that is a
you call it
per-
silence.
I call it silence. Because
Yes.
it's
You know
so-
why? Because you could have a perfect sound when exactly you had a moment not to be there. That is the thing with artists, you see. They love their art because sometimes it brings them to a glimpse where they are not there. And generally, it's the best of their heart. And some sportsmen said that they have that also when they make some kind of sports. And you can say that even for anybody. They have some moments where they are not there and they have an extreme ecstatic moment. But afterwards, because they are only moments, it's like somebody, listen well, it's funny, somebody peeps to something else where it is not there. So he experiences is not there. But he goes back from where he could see that. It goes back to the mind. So when the mind reappears, he's totally in the mind again. When you realize that you are that you peeped, you are that. And all the rest is played upon. So you never go back to the mind because there is no banks there. There was nobody there. That's the difference. And who you really are doesn't depend on the wind, I mean on the the instrument, on the sunset, on the love, on the... You see, it creates that, but it doesn't depend. Yeah?
I will let this sink in.
Sure?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sure? Let it work in you? Sure? I could say that those glimpses, which could be that, you see, but it's a glimpse of somebody only because it had a condition. It's a conditional no mind. It has been created by something, by a certain circumstance. Who you are is there unconditionally. Yeah.
But for the self to reveal itself to itself,
Yeah.
there seem to be conditions.
No. No. Why you say so? Is there anybody there?
In reality, not, but
In reality, not.
for the seeker, it seems so that he has to follow the indication, because if he don't follow the indication,
No, but I
the
agree.
self will not reveal
No,
itself.
but I agree. You see, those indications are for somebody called generally a seeker. But they are, of course, that you are not a seeker, but one doesn't believe in the mind and the other believes in the mind. So for the one who believes in his mind, it looks like there is some compassion about it, that there are some indications. And the most direct one, the better. Because you see, you can directly realize who you are. Generally, we take time because we have so many arguments in the mind, that's all.
They are dream conditions. No real so there
Yeah,
is
yeah,
no...
yeah. But you cannot imagine that. You cannot, if you don't question, or if it happened that the I has not been seen as a thought after all, not I alone, I mean I am someone, you cannot, it would be just intellectual to admit all is a dream, I'm not real, it doesn't mean anything in fact. You cannot, truly you cannot. It is said when you realize who you are, then you may say for the sake of trying to express, one speaks like that, otherwise there is nothing to say. Yeah? Yeah. If one would be a radical master in this, he would not speak. I wonder what you would make it out of that. This is the thing. So there are some just radical ones and some less radical ones. Who speaks? But also, I tell you one thing. There is nothing to say. Now, how a satsang is formed, you see that by yourself, or there is a kind of inspiration which is shared in the beginning. Okay, that's one thing. And there are demands, there are questions or doubt or sharing, whatever, which provokes something from the self to reply to the demand. And there is no teaching, so the self itself manages also to speak.
The self has no content to present.
Yeah.
So if I were a radical extremist, I would blow myself up with silence. So I guess I'm not that radical.
Yeah, it happened to you?
I just have to sort of bring something out and sort of
Sure, please.
expose it.
Sure.
Some ego game. Like the game of comparing my insights with someone else's insights.
Yeah.
How does one reply to someone who, for instance, says he has seen it, but it's not silent about it? It's incredibly silent about it.
I can't.
No, sorry.
I cannot say anything. What shall I say? Okay, great. If you've seen it, what shall I say?
This is ego's game. I notice I find myself in these sort of
You do that with friends.
discussions.
Listen, you do that with friends, okay?
With friends, it's fine.
Yeah, with friends, it's friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, seekers' friendship
Yeah.
or finders' friendship. But in satsang is not the place.
Good. That's good. That's the answer I need. Thank you. It's not very playful, by the way, but I sort of need to bring it out.
Yeah, I reply to you.
Thank you.
What just came to my mind to that is that it's always the same, so there's nothing to compare.
There is nothing to compare. We are out of comparisons, finally. You speak wisely, huh? About that, I have a very nice anecdote with Papaji. There was someone who came to him from far for enlightenment because he trusted he was the master. So he comes, we were in Bombay, I was alone with the master and him, and the master, he had unpredictable ways. So the first day, this guy, a big head, coming from far, first day comes, master, we go and walk into the streets of Bombay, you imagine the noise and the lack of silence, and then we even go to a park and so on, and the day passes on like this, and to eat something, samosas, whatever, and we come back, and I see the face of that guy getting less open, a bit, okay. Second day, I guess he was hoping now, something will happen. Same. In the evening, he said, I'm going. Nothing happens here, I'm going. I said, no, you try, because I knew Master. You stay another time, please. Okay. He did. Same in the morning. And then we come back at lunchtime, and after the lunch, Master says, no, I take a nap. This guy. And then the guy, he went to Master, said, I am exactly the same as I came. I know you are a great master, but I am exactly the same. And Master said, don't compare. He was blown away. Blown away. Still is. Very nice. And he left because he wanted to give space for others. Yeah.
Well, that's like the Japanese Zen people. They say, I eat when I eat and I walk when I walk.
Mm.
And it's just that.
Yeah. Yeah. No much trace, just that. Yeah. It stirs up quite a few things.
So is it essential to be open in order to walk this path?
You see, as a condition, I would say yes, be as open as you can. But I will tell in a different way. You see, when you absolutely want something, I don't know if it happened in your life, but let's say something very concrete. When you are really, really hungry, you will grab whatever is on your way to eat, isn't it? You will not ask, shall I be open to eat? No. And what means to trust? Is to be open to what's going on or expressed, isn't it? But it's not that you try to be open, it's your thirst to be free, to know that naturally forces doors to open. Okay.
So when I hear you speak, it's so obvious, my true nature, and so free, and yet I forget it so often.
Which idea you have of free nature to be able to forget it?
Well, then I seem to realize it, and then...
Yeah, but you
forget
must
it.
have an image. What does it mean for you to realize it?
Well, that this I is gone.
So you mean the disappearance of I.
Yeah.
So you see, the problem is you think that your real nature is the disappearance of I. So when I reappears, you are lost.
Yes.
You say, I forget it. What you are has nothing to do with any disappearance or appearance. Nothing to do. These are experiences. And when one takes the disappearance for that, they are enlightened persons walking on this planet. But they are fake because they are not enlightened all the time.
But does it take then some vigilance to...
Just know that, it's enough. Whatever you can describe or know, you are not. Yeah.
You often say that I'm not the body. And in the daily life, when I am in strong emotions, or the body has strong pain, then this sentence just gives me so big resistance.
Yeah, because at that time, but you see, I am not the body doesn't apply to a person, huh? You say daily life, so you speak of the person in the movie. That person has a body. But who are you? Who are you? In reality, who are you? There, you can say, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. Not that it is something you will tell necessarily in the movie. It is a way to remove the carpet of the concept I am born. It is not a style of life.
Yes, I'm doing the self-inquiry.
Yeah.
And but I didn't realize yet. And
Where are you going when you do self-inquiry? What you do? To say, I have not realized. Where do you land?
that sentence is in front of me, that anything will come is just the mind.
Okay.
So I have questions, who am I? Then something comes, oh yeah, this is the mind. And the next answer, yeah, this is the mind. And I can play like this. And
Yeah, but you see, this question is asked so that the focus is no more on what's happening. The question is, the most important moment is when I disappears, or where I cannot land anywhere. So the moment after, when it's, where are you left? Where are you left? When you say, oh, that's the mind. Okay, that's the mind. Okay, it's over. Where are you left? Before hooking at the next thought, where are you left? Tell me now.
I don't really have words for that, but something like there is nothing there.
Okay. I ask you, so you say so. This is the indication that you are that. You are that. That is what you are. And the mind will say nothing and whatever, he will, but that this is what you are. You have not to search anymore. You know you are that. The rest, mind, the mind. And maybe because the habits of the mind are very strong to present itself, there is a kind of, again you do it, again you do it. Don't worry, this itself will vanish. It's because the mind has still some strength.
Thank you. I just couldn't believe that but now you showed me that is I always started to again the self-inquiry too.
You forgot to keep a little bit abidance in yourself, as you are always anyway. That is the...
Thank you so much.
It's your own desire to be free. Yes. Yeah.
Right now, I come to this point, I'm exhausted with understanding and knowledge. And try to
Figure it out.
really
Huh? The mind is really an exhaustion. It's exhausting. Sure. Be free from that. To understand what you see when you realize self-knowledge is automatically there. So what better knowledge you want to have? But at least you understood with all this exhaustion that the mind cannot do anything. It's of no help here. Huh? That search was in the mind, you know. That's it. It's good. Nobody believes anymore in his mind. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Just want to express my great gratefulness.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you so much.
You know, but you have really to understand that it cannot be imposed, so it's your own fire to be free, to realize that made it possible. So just thank that. Yeah. It's wonderful, no?
Ganga, I thought it was Ramana who said, to this lady said, the eye removes the eye to become the eye. Could you explain a little bit more about
Who said so?
Ramana?
Ramana?
Yes.
So the eye
Removes
removes
the eye to become the eye.
Yes.
And remains the eye.
Yeah, because Raman, and I totally, I'm sorry to agree with him, but I totally see the same, that there is nothing wrong with I. But you see, when generally we utter I, it's not I alone. It is I means, of course, what I think of myself, what I experience, what I feel, and all of that. And so the I removes the I through inquiry, let's say so. The subject which questions the subject itself disappears. But then it remains where it has always been, in this I completely devoid of inequality, which is the same as the self, or as your true nature. At least I understand like this. He's not there to tell me it's not like this, so I'm sorry.
No, but my mind tries to find the answers which I is meant with which I.
Yeah, now you're clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Enough time for radical teaching.
You want what? A miracle teaching?
No, radical.
Radical. Oh yeah, it's no time. It's, that's true. It may even happen not in this frame, you know. Yeah, it's coming, it's coming.
I love stories, and you told us the story about the person who came
Yeah.
to Babaji, and for me it's like a koan. I don't understand anything.
Ah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. He too, but he was blown away by the non-understanding.
So it's still a koan for me now. It feels like a koan. I have to
Then,
solve
then chew it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
It's great. Yeah? Behind.
Maybe the question is not really important.
But the answer.
But I remember sitting here 3 years ago and thinking about exactly the same thing. That the phrase I am that is the best. I used to read a lot of Nisargadatta, but I don't read him anymore. But he said that since this book came out, I am that, he was not using this phrase anymore, I am that. He didn't like that. I just mean by this that even this short sentence, I am that, cannot explain that.
Oh, I totally agree.
My mind is just chewing constantly on this thing.
You are that where the chewing starts and where it ends. You translate to him, please. I have to leave you now, but it's all right, no?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to come to see you.